Welcome to a special edition of Resortera Wave. A couple of hours off from the first leg of the final between America and Monterrey, held in Estadio Cuauhtémoc de Puebla. Props to the fans from Puebla, the America fans from Puebla, for what they did last night and trying to create a home atmosphere for America, who has been jumping from stadium to stadium due to the renovations that Estadio Azteca is undergoing ahead of the 2026 World Cup, just around the corner. Um, you know, it was an intriguing start to the game. I would say, here let's check out a little bit of how it looked, the lineups and everything. But I think it was very important to note certain things that Jardinet did. I mean, I think starting Davila was that surprise factor that he tried to integrate to the lineup. And when it comes to Monterrey, the first minutes of the game, I would say, were very intense, especially on the ball. With Sergio Canales, I would say that first half he gave was sensational in the sense of the dominance that he showcased. But I think in the second half, Jardinet did a good job in sort of controlling or stopping him from getting so many comfortable moments with the ball. I think Lucas Ocampos was a big injury for Monterrey. I think he would have done a lot of damage on that flank. I think if Ocampo stays during the game, if he doesn't get injured, it would have prevented Alvarez to move up a little bit more. He would have stayed more in defensive aspects, and perhaps he wouldn't have scored that goal he ended up scoring. That brought America back into the game just 4 minutes after Canales scored that golazo. And when we look at Sofa's score, it was Alvarez, the player of the game, with that 7.56. Oh, no, actually, it was Cendejas, 8.5, now that I see it perfectly. Cendejas is the key for America. I said it right away after that match against last night, and even the game against Cruz Azul, the second leg. If Cendejas has a good game, America has a very, very big chance of winning the game, and of winning the series, winning the championship, I would say. The big chances created too. Even ground duels, 150% of his ground duels. There was that play, I think, in the midfield where against Canales, where he took the ball away from Canales, and when Cendejas was on the ground, Fidalgo comes over and really, really congratulates him on that sort of play of that elegance, of really putting the body forward and showcasing that sportsmanship, that it's not so much about the creation of plays, but also how much you want the win, And I think Cendejas, with that particular play, really won over not just the fan base, but also his teammates, and motivating them towards victory. I'm a bit concerned. I think America had a couple of instances that they could have added to the scoreline. Props to Cárdenas, who made several big saves that prevented America from taking a more comfortable lead to Monterrey. I think that last night, especially after Cendejas scored the second goal, it was a possibility to add to the lead. The goal came in so early as well in the second half. So, you practically had a second half to dominate. But I think Jardinet was a little bit more careful. I think that Jardinet actually respects a lot the offense that Rayados has. Therefore, the substitutions, Chicote came in from Borja, Araujo for Cáceres, Alan Cervantes for Jonathan. Brian Rodriguez, I think what he offered was interesting as well, forward. I'm intrigued to see what he will do. Will he start Rodrigo Aguirre in Monterrey? Now that he's back after that suspension, it will be interesting to see really what route he will take. I think that same can be said for the Michelis. Is he going to start Roberto de la Rosa for Ocampos? or if he's going to change it up a little bit, maybe start with 2 9s in the case of Berterame and Brandon Baskets. Maybe we'll get the start over there in Monterrey, considering they need to, they one goal to tie the series, 2 goals to take the lead. So, I think that it's still there's still life for Monterrey. The 2-1 at the end of the day gives them life, gives them that proposition to sort of look for the win and for the championship. So I think it will be tricky. It's still a wide open series, I would say. I think America has proven time and time again that they're able to, not concede away. I think they did that several times. Against Toluca, I think that was extraordinary, leaving them scoreless in La Bombonera. So I think a similar performance will be needed against Monterrey in their stadium. Um, you know, one main conclusion though, when America puts speed on the offense, when they really try to sort of make them pay in their final third, the defense looks so brittle. With Moreno, Stefan, Artiaga. Even the midfielders were lost. Oliver coming back and El Chico Este, a lot of energy from Fimbres, but when he has to track back to defend, I don't know if he's that good. Yet he's still very, very, I would say, innocent in the way, still going back. So they have problems. Monterrey has a lot of problems defensively, but when they explode offensively, that kind of covers up their defensive deficiencies. I think if America starts off the game as they did, against Cruz Azul in that second leg, they can be able to add another goal. And I think if they're able to score first in Monterrey, the championship would be almost 75% in their back. So I think that it is still a close series, thanks to Cárdenas. Cárdenas has a lot to do with this. But, I think America, if they really have a good idea offensively, they can cause a lot of damage over there in Monterrey. It's definitely going to be a worthwhile series, or a worthwhile ending to this year of football in Mexico. It's 2 teams with very, very deep squads, I would say. When you look at the squad that Rayados has in America, you look at their benches, I mean, they're very, very stacked. I don't know if we'll see something similar to what we saw last Sunday with America and Cruz Azul, which was a spectacular from start to finish. But I think it will still have its tactical nuances as it did last night in Puebla. But let's see what happens. I mean, I think, like I said, my conclusion after the game was this: if Sendejas gives another great performance, for America, I think el tricampeonato is imminent for Las Águilas, and it says a lot about what Sendejas and Jardine have done, no, and the creation of this player that is able to master a little bit the control of the game. So from New Jersey, thank you for watching Resortera Wave. Thanks for the last episode. I think we got around 50 views, and we'll try to come back with another one in the upcoming days. So thank you for watching, and we'll be observing still the Liga MX final. Ciao, ciao.